Victor Avila, thank you so much for being with us today on a Saturday. You know, we hear about all those increased troops at our border. Is that enough to deter the emboldened cartel and criminals whose livelihood is smuggling people, guns, drugs?
Well, that's a great point, a great question, because there is going to be a reaction, I could tell you. And that's why we need our military and our Marines down there. The cartel's not going to go down quietly without attempting one way or another to continue to get the people across. And of course, the deadly fentanyl, methamphetamine, and other drugs. And so I expect a reaction from the cartel. And so who better than our military to be there to counter that type of possible risk. The big difference here is that the people, you're going to see, if they're not going to be able to come in, obviously they're not going to be able to turn themselves in anymore, but you're going to see the smuggling of these individuals and these drugs increase dramatically, where they're going to try to avoid detection altogether. That had already kind of started increasing this past year. And so you're going to see the stash houses on the U.S. side in El Paso, Texas, Laredo, Texas, increase, where our Texas DPS troopers were actually trying to interdict that once they were on the U.S., with a lot of the physical chases that we saw almost on a daily basis. So I predict that that'll probably happen. But our military is needed there, not only obviously for the presence to deter, but also are helping our Border Patrol agents, because we need our border agents actually doing the job of the personnel of law enforcement to process the individuals the other way around. We saw this happen with the Biden administration, of millions of people coming into process to be released into the U.S. Well, now we're going to reverse those roles and process them to get them out.
You make a good point that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, is that they are now sending people out and the Border Patrol will be busy. But the cartels are now designated as terrorists, according to the Trump administration, which was a big deal. You know, there have been arguments that the cartel has killed many more Americans than any terror group on the planet. How much does that change how immigration enforcement and law enforcement deals with the cartel?
I could tell you it's a huge game changer. When I was a narcotics agent working on the border, I identified you, followed you, and built a case on you. And eventually, maybe 18 months down the road, I took down you and your crew. Those investigative techniques, I believe, are now stale. And with this designation of FTOs, of the cartels, it changes in the sense that not only do we get DOD resources, but we get to strip the cartels of all of their assets, their properties, their bank accounts, and everything that they have that makes them powerful with the billions of dollars that they make. Plus, if you are associating with this cartel, let's say the Sinaloa cartel is now a terrorist organization, right? And you're associating with them in Chicago, in Miami, in Atlanta, by financing them and buying their fentanyl and buying their meth, we get to go pick you up too. And a lot of these steps are eliminating, because you cannot be interacting with ISIS, right? Well, it'll be the same way. You cannot be interacting with the Sinaloa cartel or the Cartel Jalisco New Generation. And so we get to go pick you up. And I think that's where you start dismantling the cartels, both from the bottom and the top.
Yeah, birds of a feather flock together. You got to choose your friends wisely. You know, in terms of these executive orders on immigration, multiple orders and actions, and allowing arrests to be made inside of churches and schools, which obviously have considered, sanctuary locations historically. Will this be successful? Will this administration be able to tackle finding people who perhaps are seeking refuge at churches because they know that that ICE is after them? And what will the optics be?
I know the left is going to go crazy on this one, but listen, I'm very familiar with this. I at one point in my career, actually was ordered to stand down because an individual was in the school at a university, and he was a drug trafficker. What is it, a year and a half ago, when they were around the church in El Paso, Texas, about 2,500 of them. The difference here is that those restrictions no longer apply to immigration officials. The big difference also is that it's not that we're targeting the location, we're going after the individual. And if the individual thinks that he's going to be protected by going into a hospital, a courthouse, or a school, they're going to be gravely mistaken. That's not going to keep them from being taken into custody. And it's not that the raids are going to be conducted there, but if they try to surround or go into a church like they did in El Paso, Texas last year, that's not going to work anymore.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.